and welcome to Focus on Crestview, a production of the Crestview Area Chamber of Commerce and Cox Communications. This month, our guests are representatives of the law firm Chester & Barr, with offices in Shalimar and Crestview. With me today is Munsell Minshall and Ashley Rogers. Munsell, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am an associate attorney with the law firm of Chester & Barr, and I am thrilled to be practicing law in my hometown of Crestview. I was raised in Crestview. I'm a graduate of Crestview High School. I'm also the chair of the Government Issues Committee for our Crestview Area Chamber of Commerce.
And you're doing a fabulous job, I might say.
Thank you. And I just finished my first season as instructor for the Crestview High School Color Guard.
All right, well, we certainly appreciate that service. And Ashley, what about you? Where are you from?
Good morning, Karen. I am from Danielsville, Georgia. It's a small town in rural northeast Georgia.
I can't tell that from your accent at all.
I was born in Athens, so go Dogs. I was born there and grew up in a rural area, but I went to school at the University of Georgia. When I married my husband, Andre, I moved to South Louisiana for a little while, so had two different cultures. And then we moved to Crestview about 8 years ago, and I've been practicing law for about 10 years. So most of my career I have spent practicing law in Crestview, and we love it there. It's a good balance between North Georgia and South Louisiana. Crestview is a great place to be.
It is a good place to be, and still close enough to visit your relatives and close enough for them to come, but too far for them to stay very long.
That's right.
I don't know if they can watch this show up there. They can watch it on YouTube, so we might want to edit that out. This is an exciting year for Chester & Barr.
Absolutely. We are celebrating 35 years this year, service to the community, and Mike Chester and Harry Barr have been practicing together for that long, and they have built a phenomenal law firm, and we in fact are celebrating 2 years in Crestview this month.
All right.
It seems like that has happened overnight, but Mike and Harry had a mission to fulfill, and they wanted to serve the northern and middle portions of the county more, and so by putting an office in Crestview, they thought they could accomplish that, and we're thrilled because
it must have been a good decision.
That's right. Munsell and I have our permanent offices there, and we couldn't be happier serving the community there.
Well, we appreciate having you in the Mid-County area.
Thank you.
Your offices are located on Main Street. I know we'll have that information up for the viewers before the end of the show. But you both practice in Crestview. So, Munsell, what is your area of practice? We don't say specialty, do we?
Right.
Okay.
That's right. My practice focuses in family law, and most of the time people think of divorce, and I do handle divorces from property distribution, child support, custody, alimony, and even the unique military issues that may come along with the military divorce. But family law includes a lot of other aspects of law, maybe a modification, paternity issues, premarital agreements, prenuptial agreements, guardianship, and even step-parent adoption.
Okay, so there's quite a bit more involved in family law than we might think of.
Absolutely.
But Chester & Barr doesn't just focus on family law. It's a firm that I guess offers all kinds of legal services. So what's it like, or what are the benefits of working in a law firm that offers those services?
That's one of the best parts of working for Chester & Barr, because we get the opportunity to work as a team. For example, in a divorce case, just in one of my cases, a couple may have real estate in the divorce, and they need to transfer that property between spouses or to a third party. We have real estate attorneys that can handle that. Unfortunately, divorce often comes with issues of bankruptcy or foreclosure. I would normally ask Ashley to assist on issues such as that. I oftentimes work with our estate planning attorney, Michael Hamby, again, back to the divorce example, they may need to revise their will or revoke a power of attorney or even set up a trust for minor children. So that's a broad example on the divorce, and we don't strive to be everything for everyone, but with the areas of law that our associates have chosen to practice, they're very complementary to one another, and it allows us to provide a high quality product and let us work as a team.
So if I come to you for my needs and I'm comfortable with you, and then I have needs later down the road, I don't have to go to another firm. I can come to you and you can bring me to one of your partners, and so
Yes, ma'am.
it's a very good full service for the client.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And Ashley, what area of specialty do you work in?
I am a litigation attorney. That means I do trial work.
Okay.
And I handle real estate and business issues for the most part. So, for instance, real estate litigation involves things like construction defects, boundary disputes, those types of things. And business litigation involves anything that are issues of concern to business owners or to people who are maybe starting a business or dissolving a business. Also have a bankruptcy practice, which primarily is focused on business bankruptcy and creditors' rights. We represent some of the lending institutions in our area, and they often have to go into the bankruptcy courts when they have customers who have special issues that need to be addressed there. So the business part of my practice encompasses bankruptcy as well.
Okay. All right. And you have some exciting news that we want to share with our viewers.
I do. This year I've become shareholder with the firm. To most people,
Congratulations.
thank you. To most people that means I'm a partner, except that we're not really organized as a partnership, but I am a shareholder with the firm and am thrilled to be given that opportunity at this point in my career. We have just such an awesome group of attorneys, and Mr. Barr and Mr. Chesser have worked very hard to make that happen, and being part of the firm has just been something that I want to continue for the rest of my career. It is a wonderful opportunity, and we seek to hire other attorneys that want to do those things that Mansell was talking about. They want to choose an area of practice and become, at some point, specialist. We have to be careful with that word because the
Right.
Florida Bar regulates how we can use it. But it is an exciting time to be recruiting attorneys and to be practicing with attorneys that we think are going to be shareholders in the future as well.
And how many attorneys do you have in the firm currently?
We have a total of 10 attorneys that work
Okay.
in the firm. Some of them are of counsel attorneys, meaning, for instance, Mr. Barr, who is a founding member of the firm, he has decided to become of counsel. Still works just as hard, I'm sure, but he is stepping back a little bit and enjoying a few other things in life.
Okay. All right. Well, very good. Thank you. When we come back, we're going to learn more about Chester Bar and their community involvement, and more about your personal interest in community involvement. And so thank you for watching. Be sure to stay tuned.
When this hospital system needs to manage the care and information of nearly 1 million patients, Cox Business is there. When experts a world apart are needed in one place, we're there. And when visits need to happen well after visiting hours, we're there too. With a $16 billion network, Cox Business powers healthcare. We're there for your business too.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextsstopwrecks.org.
Welcome back to Focus on Crestview. I'm Karen Hardell, president of the Crestview Area Chamber of Commerce. Our sponsor this month is the law firm of Chesser and Barr, and my guests are Mansell Mitchell and Ashley Rogers. And before the break, we were talking about all the lawyers that work for your firm, and I understand some of them are prior military.
Yes, we have 3 attorneys and also our accounting manager. They are all prior military, military veterans, I guess I should say. We also have 2 attorneys in our firm that have board certifications, and others of us that are aspiring to become board certified. And our attorneys cover the entire Gulf Coast region by that I mean we are licensed to practice, some of us anyway, in states including Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. So we are very proud of the credentials that our attorneys hold.
So you have the Southeast covered.
We do.
And the military connection and your personal connection, it gives us a hint about why the community service is so important to the firm. Why don't you tell us a little bit about community service for your firm?
Well, I think community service makes us better lawyers. It keeps us in touch with the people that we serve, and I think it's important, community involvement is important to our group, not just because our business is there, but because we live there, and we want to be a part of that positive growth in the community.
As you mentioned, I know that you're chairing the Government Issues Committee
Yes.
this year, and I'm very appreciative of your service to the Crestview Area Chamber. But tell us about what else you do and what means the most to you.
Well, the one nearest and dearest to my heart is the Crestview High School Color Guard. I had a wonderful time teaching those 65 beautiful inside and out young ladies, and it was such a blessing to be able to work with them, with a group that gave so much to me as a teenager. It's great to be back in Crestview.
Well, we certainly appreciate that, and we are so proud of our Big Red Machine. And I know that your girls are an integral part of that, and so we appreciate it. I did enjoy their performances at the football games.
Thank you.
So, well, very good. And what about you, Ashley? What's most important to you?
Well, like Mansell, I really enjoy serving the schools. A few years ago, Justice Fred Lewis of the Florida Supreme Court organized the Justice Teaching Initiative, and I became a volunteer with that organization, and I volunteer actually in the south end of the county at Fort Walton Beach High School, teaching students there about constitutional issues and how the laws affect them on a daily basis. I enjoy
Well, my
doing
goodness,
that.
how can adults get that instruction?
You'd be surprised that the reason that Justice Lewis chose this as his initiative while he was Chief Justice was because surveys were showing that so many Floridians and people throughout the country know so little about the U.S. and then, of course, in Florida, the Florida constitutions. And so he made that his goal to pair an attorney or a judge with every public school, and hopefully we'll make it into all the private schools in Florida. That has been a wonderful opportunity for me. Then I also coach the mock trial team along with our paralegal, Jonna Drake. She and I coach the mock trial team at Collegiate High School at Northwest Florida State College, and that's just a wonderful experience to give something to the children and the students that they otherwise would have to wait until college to have that type of experience a lot of times.
Well, right. So is that one particular class that gets to do that every year?
Yes, the leadership class at Northwest Florida State College's Collegiate High School gets to participate in mock trial, and Judge Brace comes back every year and volunteers his time to judge that competition. Parents and mentors come to watch that competition, and it is thoroughly enjoyed by those that participate.
Well, that's fantastic. So investing in the young people is, and both of you to me are just young people.
Thank you.
To be investing in the next generation, I guess, in the mid-county area, in the whole county area, that's definitely a worthwhile endeavor. And I assume that your law firm supports you doing that.
Absolutely. Our law firm encourages not only the attorneys but the entire staff to really pursue their passions, do what you enjoy, because we recognize that if we're happy people, we'll help other people better. We'll be of better service to those that are in need, and we love giving back to the community. We have Kiwanians in our law firm. We have people that are in the Corvette Club of the Emerald Coast, and those are fun hobbies that we all enjoy, but it also is very civic focused. All of those organizations give back to the community in some way that government and other institutions can't fulfill.
That's right. And I don't know if the viewers noticed, but we are all in red this month, and there's a reason for that. Do you want to tell us about that?
Absolutely. February is American Heart Month, and we are wearing red in recognition of that, and we hope that women in particular, but everyone will be checked by their doctors, make a visit, just get checked on. From my understanding, I'm not in the medical field, but my understanding is that heart disease kills more women than any form of cancer or any other disease in the country every year, and so we want to promote awareness of the issue.
Well, we're doing our part by wearing red today, and I want to thank you for bringing that to our attention. I think you're going to mention that at the Chamber breakfast this month, and we thank you for sponsoring that. And I'm assuming that you're going to get involved in the Triple B barbecue that we're going to have in April, especially since your office is on Main Street.
Absolutely. And Munsell and I will also be dancing. I'll let her tell you a little bit more about that.
Tell
She's
us
raising
about
money.
that.
We are both dancing at Dance for Life. That is February 16th at 6:30. It is hosted by Fred Astaire Studios of Crestview. And proceeds will go to Covenant Hospice. And I am competing in the competition to see if we can raise more money for Covenant Hospice, but Ashley is also dancing for a great cause. So we hope everyone can come out and support Dance for Life.
Well, thank you. And how do people vote in that contest?
They vote by buying their ticket. And if they'd like to buy their ticket from me, I'll be glad to give them a ticket or straight donations to Covenant Hospice as well.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, ladies, very much. I'm so pleased to have you both on the show, and we're proud to have Chester and Bar represented in the Mid-County area. And I think we're going to put up on the screen, but why don't one of you tell everyone how they get in touch with you?
Well, we have two offices, Shalimar or Crestview. Our Crestview office telephone number is 850-683-9945. And I don't work in the Shalimar office, but watch me remember, 850 is it 651-9944.
Excellent.
And our website is www.chesterbar.com.
Okay. Well, again, thank you all very much.
Thank you.
And when we come back, we're going to have Dennis Mitchell, who's going to tell us about all the great and exciting upcoming events for the Crestview Area Chamber of Commerce.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education.
Right up here.
So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour
Lights there, darts there.
to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
Business owners, you get an idea. You want to build your brand using the most powerful advertising medium, television. You call Cox Media. They meet with you, write a script, and film a commercial. You love it. They logically target your client base by placing the ad on the proper networks. Then over 140,000 eyes watch it in Okaloosa and Escambia counties. That gets business booming. And that's how things work at Cox Media. It's smarter advertising.
The odds of becoming a successful NASCAR driver, 1 in 125 billion. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 110.
Jamie McMurray encourages you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Welcome back to Focus on Crestview. I'm Karen Hardell, President of the Crestview Area Chamber of Commerce. With me now is Dennis Mitchell, who is President-elect of the Crestview Area Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Dennis.
Well, I'm proud to be here with you.
Well, this segment we talk about what's going on with the Crestview Chamber. So what's new?
Well, I hope we have enough time because there's a lot new going on out there. The first thing I'd like to bring up is our member, Crestview Wholesale Building Supply. Somebody I bought a lot of stuff from over the years. Great place to do business. They've joined our chamber.
Well, also, welcome to them.
Welcome to Beverly Rogers. And next up, we had a great ribbon cutting at Gulf Coast Dermatology. Every time you turn around, we're adding a new specialty medical program in Crestview with Dr. George Van Hiltsheimer and Katie Showalter. We had a great turnout over there. It was a lot of fun.
Good turnout, lots of good food, and they are in the 4-story building.
They are in the 4-story building. They sure are. Glad to have them join us. We have a lot of committee meetings as always. On the 5th, we have the Health and Wellness meeting coming up for our chamber. The Government Issues is on the 13th. Arts and Culture on the 11th. The MAC committee, great committee with great history.
It's military affairs.
Military affairs, and that's on the 12th. We have a very fun ribbon cutting coming up with Paul Lowry, LPL Financial, right there on Main Street, just a couple of doors down from Chester and Bar.
And he's been working very hard on his building, and I'm really excited for him. I can't wait for everyone to see the work he's done.
Gorgeous office. We took a tour the other day. It was absolutely fantastic. The pilot meeting will be on the 21st at Christopher's Uncorked Bistro.
And in case people don't know, the pilot is Professionally Inspired Leaders of Tomorrow. So that is young people, Dennis.
It is, and I spoke to them last month, and what a class act they are. That is a dynamic committee, I'll tell you. We have a business after hours, Coastal Bank and Trust. That's going to be on the 21st from 6 to 7. That'll be at their North Branch. We had one there a couple of years ago, and it was a lot of fun, as I remember.
Yes.
So make sure you make that one. Our Ambassadors Committee meeting will be on the 27th. The Airport Committee meeting on the 28th. Really important stuff going on with the Airport Committee these days. So we just have a lot of things across the spectrum.
And if anyone is interested in getting involved in those committees, what's the best way to find out more information, Dennis?
You can just call the chamber, and Jennifer and Valerie will fill you in quickly. We have room for everybody. Some of our meetings, like the government issues, are open to the public anyway. You don't even have to be a member. It's a good place to come see what goes on in the chamber, what happens. We have some really interesting and important topics at those meetings. All of our committee meetings are fun, though.
They are, and they can also go to the website at crestview.chamber.com, and there's a calendar there. There's lots of information about our events and our committee meetings, so there's something for everyone.
And that calendar is very functional for us. So when you go to the website, you'll be very impressed with our webpage. Very easy to follow and find out what you're looking for.
And the Government Issues Committee meeting that you mentioned, I know that committee meeting is a regularly scheduled meeting, but that committee is also working on a forum for our local election coming up.
Yes, they are. The city elections are coming up in Crestview, and potentially that forum will occur on the 26th. They're still ironing out some of the mechanics to make that happen, but it looks like it's going to be alive and well.
So that's another good reason to go to our website, crestview.chamber.com, to get updated on that.
Exactly right.
And we have another event coming up, right?
Well, we do, and the Triple B, I think last month, Alicia Booker was visiting with us. She's heading that up this year, and she will be our president-elect for next year, as a matter of fact. And some of the things that are happening with the Triple B, and if you're not familiar with that, we had 12,000 visitors to the city of Crestview last year. We had a lot of fun, the vendors and all the entertainment was just great. But I'd like to point out that our title sponsor for this year is none other than Cox Communication. We really appreciate that.
Cox Communication.
Cox Communication
is our title sponsor for this year. Well, that's fantastic.
And joining Cox as a platinum sponsor is going to be CenturyLink, the Florida Lottery, and the city of Crestview. We have gold sponsors already signed up: Embry-Riddle, Buffalo Rock Pepsi, Child Care Network, Shoal Creek Rehab, our friends at CCB Community Bank, and the Tobacco Free Florida.
Now, Dennis, is it too late if I want to sponsor the Triple B this year?
Absolutely not. You can go to our website.
And that's crestview.chamber.com.
And we do have room for more sponsors yet. It is filling up fast, though. This is a fun event. As I said, last year we had 12,000. Probably are going to see even more than that this year.
And what about vendors? What if you want to have a vendor booth at the chamber?
Well, vendor booth is, last year we had, I think, 148 altogether, something like that, and they fill up very quickly as well. But if you'll go to the website and get connected there, you can find out how you can get one of those choice spots on Main Street for all those thousands of people. And by the way, these are not just locals. We have lots of folks from Alabama who come down for this event. Triple B is fun, and it's very well known now.
It is. I think this is our 9th annual Triple B, and for those of you who are new to the area, that's Blackwater, Bluegrass, and barbecue.
You got it.
And boy, barbecue is worth coming out for. Now, I don't know. I was a judge last year. I don't think I get to be a judge this year, but what about you? Are you going to sign up?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to sign up, because when you judge, they only give you a small sample, and I'm interested in something more than that.
It's a small sample of a lot of different things.
Yes, it is. It is a fun time had by all.
It is. It's a great time, and it's on Main Street. We block the street off, and a lot of the businesses that are on Main Street participate. And we have music and entertainment and activities all day long, and there's opportunities for volunteers. So if you're interested in serving, you can also sign up, contact the Chamber.
Yes, Alicia Booker would be more than happy to have you join her in that process. It takes a lot of hard work. Our chamber covers a lot of territory. We're not just about the business, although that's our main focus. We also cover the cultural side and the educational side and the charitable side. We have a lot of things going on with the chamber every single month. So check out the website, get in touch with us, and come join us.
Absolutely. And so the Triple B, that's going to be April 6th. And that's a Saturday downtown on Main Street. And next month, Alicia Booker will be here to give us more details. We have the Government Issues Committee coming up, the Airport Committee coming up, and lots of other exciting things going on. So.
Well, we do. The one thing about our chamber, it is busy. There is something going on each and every week, and if you want to get involved and gain insight and information about your community, the chamber, Crestview Area Chamber, is the place to be.
It is the place to be, and I tell you what, we have memberships available for businesses and individuals. So if you'd like to get involved as an individual, you can find out about our membership levels again by visiting our website at crestviewchamber.com. And thank you once again, Dennis, for being here, and thank you to the law firm of Chesser and Barr for sponsoring this month. You've been watching the Crestview Chamber of Commerce Focus on Crestview on Cox Communications. Thank you.